in California and Florida. We're out here in Hilo, kind of just exploring the area, but it's wet. It's out here raining, so we can't really go out and do as much as I would like to, man. It's all kind of wet weather out here, man. Hope you guys are staying blessed and having a good day. You know, just out here. Let's see. Hope you guys are having a blessed day, staying safe. Just out here taking a walk. We had some wet weather today, so couldn't really move around like I wanted to. Just want to talk about the value of shelter and having a job today. I think sometimes we miss the value of things that we can kind of take for granted. With this whole entrepreneurship wave that's going on with social media, which is dope. There's nothing wrong with that. Wanting to have your own and do your own thing. Sometimes we miss the value of just having a consistent income and a paycheck. Some things kind of lose value over time when trends happen, values go down. Trend comes, the value goes. The value of the old things go. The new trends come, the old value leaves. You know, things are closing up down here. Just taking the little one out the house. She's tearing up the house. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel and showing love. Really appreciate all the likes and subscribers. Really been taking my channel to the next level. I mean, I've only been doing this for a couple of months, so I think for 2 months it's pretty good. Little bus down here at the bus station. It's clearing up though, further you get. So yeah, I've been seeing a lot of videos on YouTube of younger brothers living homeless and not having a place to stay, not having a roof over their head. A lot of people are sleeping in storage units and sleeping in closets for whatever reason. You know, a lot of times it's because the cost of living is just ridiculous. And some people are becoming really wealthy sleeping in their closet. I think a woman had 12K to her name, turned it to like 2.8 million just sleeping in her closet. A younger brother was sleeping in, a lot of people sleeping in for storage facilities and sleeping in their vehicles. Out here on the Big Island, there's a really big wave of homelessness out here in the inner city. And it just kind of just says, if a system causes people to be unhoused or unemployed, is it broken or is it working as designed? I think that human beings have a choice. When I worked in San Diego as a caseworker who had to sit through a lot of housing interviews and housing homeless people and homeless individuals or houseless individuals or unhoused, a lot of times the drug use, or if they're not on drugs, it's a conscious choice. Some people just don't want to buy into the system. A lot of times homelessness isn't just a product of a broken system. Sometimes it's just people just choosing to not, you know, play a part of the game, you know, essentially. So that's a great question though. I would say it's a little bit of both. Sometimes the economy is a trend where sometimes the cost of living is affordable, sometimes it's not. What's up? How are you, bro? Doing good. Giancarlo Sanchez, thank you for joining. It's a great question, Nightcrawler. Is it broken or is it working as designed? I believe it's a little bit of both, because you have a lot of people in positions where they could make housing affordable, but then it's such an intricate system where so much is connected to so many other things. It's like, well, if they make the housing affordable, then other sectors lose money, and you know, and everything is benefiting the other person. Everything is off the back of other people. You know, it's not like an isolated system where you can benefit one and everybody else will be okay. Everything is sort of like contingent upon other things. And a lot of people who got to survive. So a lot of people benefit off of the way things are today. But just the value of having a place to live is just so important to recognize. So important to recognize. She being difficult. I'm trying to put her shoes on. Of course, she gonna kick them off. Here, come on. Here, my apartment. So we had a really nice house. Here, mama. Come on. Come on. I'm letting you go do your thing. Come on. Let's go. You're free. You're free. You're free, mama. Go ahead. These babies, guys, they are not trying to sit in no strollers. They look at that like a prison cell. She like, let me out of this stroller and just let me do my thing, man. You know, what are we doing? But yeah, just the value of having a roof over your head. Tell me about it, SNTC. Yeah, man. She is low-key bad, man. Man, I miss babies that used to be babies. They sit there and they obey and they're chill. And, you know, let me tell my wife she bad, man. She gonna lose her damn mind. But I agree with you, man. Like, she do be having some bad little mannerisms, but he said, I got some Steelers. But yeah, man, just the value of having a job, a place to stay, having housing is like everything, man. Have y'all guys ever been homeless? Have you ever been unhoused or had any difficulties like with work and things like that? I was looking at a video, and how can you set up shop in a storage facility, man? That's mind-blowing to me. You know, I'm just like, man, they have it and people make it work. You know, they make it work. They got their bed in there and got everything set up. And I was just thinking like, man, you know, we come to a really bad place, man, where it's like you gotta sleep in your storage facility. Why do you think society often ignores or blames people experiencing homelessness? Because for the most part, you being homeless ain't my issue. We live in a country where it's like, shit, what do you being homeless got to do with me? I had to struggle. I had to go to the military. I had to get out and to go get mine. Why you can't go get yours? We in a why you can't society. Why you can't do it? Why you can't work? Why you can't, you know, that's like the American moniker. You know, people don't care. You know, you got certain organizations and people who, you know, do mission work and want to support the homeless, but we in a why you can't, you know, society. So it's like, you know, this ain't the America where everybody kumbaya, man. This ain't the Indians sitting in a circle and everybody trying to figure out a plan for the community. This ain't that America. This that America like, if you can't get it, if you ain't working, that ain't my problem. That ain't my issue. It's crazy how we just normalize the selfishness, you know. And I ain't saying this everybody's job to put the hustle in people. Some people got mental illness. Some people got trauma in their families where maybe their families abandoned them. Maybe they were abused and it just jacked them up psychologically where they can't function to where they can even believe in people. You know, we live in a world where it's easy to lose trust in people and trust in the world. And it starts in the home a lot of times, but then you got parents who do everything they can to provide for their child, provide for the young adult, and they still just go off and do what they want to do. So people got their own problems. Even people who got mortgages and paying rent, they're struggling to keep their mortgage and not put the house in foreclosure, and people struggling to keep the jobs they do have. And America's a really unique society where there's so many battles. Even if you're wealthy, you're still going to have a battle. You got to worry about people coming in for your wealth. You got to worry about how to keep your wealth. You got to worry about, you know, what if somebody in your family try to scam you to get your money when you pass away? I've worked with cases where the kids can't wait for the parents to die so they can get that check. They know they got an inheritance coming, so they're just hanging out. So it's like everybody in some degree in America, even in the world, is fighting a battle. So when you see a homeless person, it's hard for you to kind of be like, oh man, you in the battle, because everybody, to some extent, depending on who you are, in the fight. We're not in a country where 50% of the population is in such a luxurious state. It's just everybody fighting or trying to figure it out. It's to some degree. Who benefits when housing and jobs are hard to access? I don't believe nobody really benefits. Sometimes when people are homeless and people can't find jobs and people can't work, a lot of times it's not because people are benefiting. It really hurts the employers when they can't have a sustained workforce. It hurts the economy when there's not enough people working. Yeah, put her to work, man. It hurts the economy. It hurts the neighborhood. You know, your neighbors don't want people around there homeless and unemployed, because then they gotta worry about you taking their stuff. So really, don't nobody really benefit, because if we can't keep the workforce going and there's no money circulating through the economy, that economy is going to dry up, and then it's just going to create a really unlevel, imbalanced situation, and it just makes the people who are the owners of these companies and the employers have to work extra harder. So really, I don't think anybody really benefits. You know, I used to think like, oh, well, what's up, Austin and Ashton Evans Production Arts? What's going on? I used to think like, oh, somebody's benefiting from us suffering and struggling. Somebody's benefiting. There's some guy at the top that's just kind of, you know. How's your night going, Austin? Where you from? Destination inflation. This is why I say why. Because when you ask why, and when you ask whys, it makes you wise. So that's why. Whys make you wise. Hey, why not ask why? Why not just go through life blindfolded and just be in a fucked up world where people are suffering and struggling and just be so disconnected? Why not, you know, ask questions and be curious and get answers? That's how you grow. That's how you sharpen your intelligence and your intellect. Whys make you wise. You know? Why do you think some people have multiple homes while others have none? Because some people have the ability to afford multiple homes because they have a good array of resources, and it's a good income generator if it's done wisely. And sometimes people own multiple properties to make it easier on people who are struggling with a home. Yeah, people been suffering since man walked the earth. It'll always be that way. Absolutely. I agree with that. And at some degree, even if you have a house and you have a job, that doesn't make you exempt from suffering, because you have to maintain it. You have to keep it, or you may have other issues going on in your life. But some people have multiple homes because maybe they want to help give affordable housing or housing opportunities to people who may be struggling, different things like that. But suffering isn't just limited even to the homeless. You can have a home, and a lot of times could be suffering just as much as the homeless, because a house doesn't make a home. It really doesn't. Some people doesn't, like, I don't have a house. I don't own a house. You know, that property is my wife's property. So I don't claim it. You know, that's her property. Even if we was to leave each other or separate or whatever, that's her property. They ain't got nothing to do with me. And, you know, I got kids, and some people are like, well, don't you want to get a house to leave to your legacy or leave to your kids? But I got those type of kids where I can't trust they'll even want to know how to maintain a property, because they want to go to the military. So just my luck, why get them a house where it's not going to be paid off? I'm basically passing debt down to them. And, you know, I haven't taught them the financial savviness to manage the house, because I'm still learning. So I don't want to hand them over another problem. Now, if I had that education, which I could get if I make time for it, but I just, you know, I didn't make time for the shit. So I'm not going to get them something, and I'm not going to pass down debt for them, and then they want to travel the world, and the house going to be sitting there. And, you know, for me, I just feel like it just didn't work for me, you know. I'm still thinking about getting a property for this one, but her mom's for China. So she might not even stay in this country. She might go to China and go live with her family out there. So it's just, and I don't know, it's just, my mindset is a little bit different about properties, but I think it's not a bad idea to own real estate. But some people they're just not interested. You know, they're just not interested. Having a house is a lot of work. My great grandmother left the house to my grandma, and it's it's just been like a lot of work taking care of the house. You got to do yard work. You got to take care of all the electrical issues, the plumbing. It's a lot of work managing a house. It isn't just, you know, hanging out in the house. It's a lot of fees and all kind of stuff. You got to do like a lot of research in real estate today. There's so many trickiness and, you know, owning properties, and a lot of people don't really educate themselves, and they just want to get a house because it's just the popular thing to do. And now when the prices go up and the money at the work go down, now a lot of people are scared their house is going to go in foreclosure. You know, yeah, it's like a constant sponge. You know, when housing was affordable and the jobs were paying fairly, having a house was the thing. You know, but now, you know, with a lot of people getting laid off and companies getting laid off, it's like it's really hit or miss, you know, on the property. For me, I feel like really come out good just renting. What comes first in rebuilding your life? A stable job or a stable home? A stable home, having people around you who have your best interests, who want to see you grow, who can instill values in you and principles and morals, some respect about yourself, some self-love into yourself, so that way you value what you can contribute to the society, what you can contribute to the world. And then you go out into the world and look for jobs or create your own jobs and things like that. But if you don't have the value instilled in you, if you don't believe you're not good enough and you're just looking at yourself like a piece of ish, what good are you going out into the workforce? A lot of those managers and supervisors who y'all can't stand and always got a chip on their shoulder and always got some smart shit to say, a lot of times they grew up in households where they wasn't valued, they wasn't given enough self-love, so they come to the world to look for revenge. I'm gonna get this job and I'm gonna treat these motherfuckers just like I was treated. You know, excuse my French, but that's just how they be thinking sometimes. I'm gonna treat them just like I was treated. I ain't getting no love growing up. I ain't getting nobody didn't care about how I feel. Just do your job and shut up. You know, so that's why a lot of those supervisors and managers, and it's crazy because they look at it like, oh, this person has great boundaries. They're so firm. They're so good. When in reality, they're just hurting inside. And they just tend to have a little bit of a form of aggression towards the public that a lot of times that aggression gets prized. Because you got so many people that are, you know, all over the place. So they need, you know, they might feel like they need that. Come first in rebuilding your life? A stable job or a stable home? A stable home for sure. Stable home for sure, which we're fighting to keep stable homes together. Divorce rates at an all-time high. People don't want to get married no more. Nobody wants to have a family. Right now, the way to go is just self, for self. You know, all that marriage and getting married, and why get married if someone breaks the contract? I gotta pay her. I gotta cash her out. I gotta cash him out. You know, they don't want to. They're not buying it. You know, people not buying it. Then you got a lot of people got like really shitty attitudes today, where, you know, America pretty much have it all. In Gaza, they struggling, but everybody walking around like they don't got no water or something, or they living in fucking mud huts. You know, Americans, I think, done got too fucking spoiled, man. And too entitled, so nobody don't want to get married into that shit, man. Honestly, you better off being single. The women don't want to respect the men don't want to respect the women. You got the black versus white shit, so it's rarely for you to find a stable home. You know, where is home? You know, what comes first? He says, can you call it a free choice to work if the alternative is homeless? Can you call it a free choice to work if the alternative is homeless? It just depends. Sometimes you have family members where they'll take care of you and keep you protected and provided for. They'll say, go out and work, find you something. But if you can't, our door is always open. We'll work with you. It depends on your family and their value system, where they let their kids go out and work and go out and explore. But if they don't find something, hey, you can come back home and try again. Then you got families that's like, hey, you 18, you grown, you got to get the hell out and go figure it out. And if you can't find something, go join the military. It just depends on what's the principles of your family system. So I would still say it's a free choice, because the alternative may not always be homelessness. Sometimes the alternative is just you got to go out there and try again. or you might have to go to the military, or you might have to go find a more affordable route. Owning a home is a money pit, but an investment too, right? Just like slavery is a choice. Kanye was right when he said it. Yeah, everybody got their opinion, you know. I wasn't around during slavery time, so I can't say slavery was a choice, because from what I've studied from history, you just being black, you had a target on your back. And when you the powerless one and ain't nobody, no, stop. You ain't got no protection, and even your own African people selling you out. It's like, shit, and everywhere you go, you basically a target, you know, if you was African. And, you know, I don't believe slavery was a choice. I believe you had some Africans who really just wanted to raise their family and support their tribes and support their community. But if you black and you in the wrong place in the wrong time, and once them Europeans came and them ships came over, that shit was game over. That's like telling the Indians, you know, colonialism is a choice. You know, being colonized is a choice. Hell no, it ain't. Like when they came, you know, when they came on them ships and with them guns and all that shit, you know, it was like you had people fighting and warring. You know, they were warring over that shit. You know, the wars that were happening between the British and a lot of the, you know, whites and the natives were people who wanted to, you know, go against this idea that, oh, this is something that they chose. People died to keep the integrity of their nature, their nation and their country. Even in Hawaii, a lot of Hawaiians, a lot of natives lost their lives trying to fight against that shit, because they're like, we're not just freely. You had some, I'm sure, that freely chose it, but then you had people that was just like, shit, I'm not laying down for that shit. I know you guys trying to kind of spread your seed around the world and you got all these ideas, but this is Hawaii. We don't do shit like y'all do things, you know? We do things differently here. This is Africa. We have different principles. You know, we worship a different God. We don't live like that. You know, you got people who are fucking standing up. You know, that's what they want y'all to think, is like, oh, you guys chose this shit. You was just laying around, and you could have did all kind of other things. You could have debated with them. Let me hear what he says. He says, so if one values freedom, they can choose homelessness, but it's their choice. I don't want to work a job, but value the security over the likelihood of starvation. It will probably depend on the person. Some would become more ambitious. Others would just flounder, especially with so many distractions in the world. Yeah, but I don't believe slavery was a choice. I don't believe colonization was a choice. I believe when they put them guns up and, you know, Europeans and South America, all these people who had a lot of power back then, the Spaniards, you know, they had the damn equipment and the technology. They'll blow your head off. And, you know, a lot of these underdeveloped nations, people were okay with living off the land. You know, modern society today, you know, I see a lot of white people, and this ain't me picking on you guys, but you guys got a lot of smart assholes in y'all community where y'all think y'all so intellectual and y'all be saying shit that ain't really historically accurate, because y'all are looking at it through a present. My history teacher used to say when I was in college, the arrogance of the present mind. When all you do is look through life and people who came before you through the lens of what you see today, you're ignorant, because you don't know how different the conditions were. It wasn't always a fucking computer around. It wasn't always Wi-Fi. It wasn't always fucking a bus or a bicycle, you know? All of this stuff is modern. So when you're looking at people historically through, oh, well, maybe they were just sitting on their computers, and instead of getting out there and fighting against the, you know, the colonists, they were just kind of playing fucking Game Boy. These conditions are so different. It's almost like, damn, you know, this generation could just be like really just, what my man say, egregious. I heard that today from salute to Ace the OG. Egregious. It's like, man, you guys, it's like, that's the consequence of not teaching these young people history. They just think everything was a luxury. You know, it's like this generation's so fucked up, man. Like, and I even have to own it. Like, I'm not perfect. Black people are not effing perfect. You know, we're not. You know, and it's like, we have our own shit we need to work on and everything like that. But one thing I know about, you know, my community, and even white people, because it's white people who know their history too. But you got to study your history, man. It's like, you can't just look at life like, oh, man, we've always had these luxuries. They could have just got up and fight. Randy, why didn't they just do it? Why didn't they just fight? They were kind of sitting around. Some people are okay with living off the damn land. You basically living off the land right now. You go to the grocery store, milk is damn near what, $8, $9 out here. Eggs, they want to charge like fucking $10 for some eggs. You know, just basic shit, you know, which that's their choice. They're selling it, so it's capitalism, right? Value for value. You better off living off the land. You guys got farms. You guys got chickens and shit running around out here in your yard in Hilo, and then you go try to insult natives because they were living off the fucking land. Are you kidding me? It's like, man, you better off living off the land. You're more wealthier. Nigga, you living off the land anyway when you go to the grocery store, because where you think this shit come from? Just because they put it in a box, put a fucking picture on there, nigga, you think this shit just came, you know, off a boat? Man, a lot of everything you eat come off the damn land. It was a man who had to work, or a woman who had to work to get that shit in front of you. Motherfuckers like, oh yeah, they walking around naked. Africans ain't had nothing. You know, Native Hawaiians, they ain't had nothing. They were so ignorant. And, you know, the white man came and, you know, we came and we saved you guys because you guys were just savages and shit. Man, you mean to tell me giving millions of motherfuckers smallpox, diseases, they ain't even fucking know of? You mean that shit ain't savage? Killing off generations of people and then burning up the damn libraries that contain all their history, taking all their antiques, their artifacts, putting all that shit in your country, in your museums, locking it away from people who the shit belong to. That ain't savage? Sometimes I be thinking like, man, what the fuck kind of generation do we live in? Like, that's why sometimes I don't even like going on Instagram, and I want to hear shit people got to say. Like, I appreciate YouTube because you guys are cool, but even on YouTube, it's just, motherfuckers just so ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should be pissing me off, man. Like, I'm like, damn, like, this is the best gene pool we got. This is the best you women can do. Sleeping with a whole bunch of bum-ass men that create kids, say ignorant shit like this out their mouth. And this is coming from a fucking father. So I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Like, you can't raise kids better than this. You can't raise better men than this. Fuck out of here. You know, it's like people saying this stupid ass shit and people just going with it. I think I saw an ad with Sydney Sweeney, right? I don't even know who the fuck Sydney Sweeney is. She got this ad where she's like in these jeans and they're like, oh, these are like the good jeans. I don't give a damn about the ad. I just pay attention to the commentary because I like to know what the fuck is going on. And some people are arguing, they're like, oh, well, you know, it's kind of racist. They're like good jeans and all that, which tomato, whatever. But then people in the comments, they're like, oh, the woke people, they would get mad about this. Oh, they see a blue-eyed white girl and they get so woke. Man, everybody's not racist or attacking fucking white people. I appreciate the contributions of the white community and the love and the sacrifices they made for this country. That's why I served this fucking country. If I hated white people that bad, why the fuck would I go to Iraq for 2 deployments, have to get divorced because I'm at war, can't be at home for my fucking wife because I'm out here fighting for the damn country? If I hated white people that bad, why niggas in the military? We could just go fucking back to Africa or stay in the hood. You know, clearly people got some type of love for this country and for white people. They just want to spin this narrative. Oh, you know, all black people, they want to be woke, and, you know, woke is, you know, they want to be so, you know, all this bullshit, man, you know. And the value of having a home, of having a job, it starts with knowing the value of people and your community and the value of yourself and loving yourself. Because if you ain't got that, your ass might be homeless. You might be jobless because you're not going to succeed in this work environment with a shitty attitude. And you think you might be getting away, but that shit's going to catch up to you. I'm telling you what I know. You know, he says, what would you create, become, or give if you never had to worry about survival? If I didn't have to worry about survival, I would just go around spreading the word of God. And just in my interpretation of what the word says, based off what the word says, and leading people to Christ. Because what else is it better to do? What else I'm gonna do? Guide you guys off of the fucking magazines, off of BT, MTV, off of the most popular, off of X-Men, Marvel Comics. What else am I gonna teach you and raise you off of? The Fantastic Four? Hell no. Like, you need to know there's a God out there that loves you. It don't matter what your race is, what your color is, what your lifestyle is, what your identity is. You could be gay, you could be bisexual, but guess what? You can also grow and learn and come to Christ no matter who you are. I believe if Jesus was here, he would come to all people because that's love. You know, that's what we lost touch of is if I didn't have to worry about survival, I would try to be an example of what love is. And you know what? It's going to kill you in this world because they don't want you to be loving. They don't want you to just accept people, allow people to grow. Sometimes people just need a motherfucker just to accept them. You know, whether they change or not, that's their business. You may not be there this lifetime to see them change. All they need you to do would just be like, hey, it's okay. People can't even do that, man. It's like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be living like this. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that. That's not love, man. It's not love, man. And I think we're losing what even the meaning of love is. It ain't no love today. You know, that's why men don't want to get married. That's why women don't want to follow the leadership of men. You know, they don't trust that they know how to love them right. The men don't trust the women know how to love them right because they don't know what the fuck love is. You know, it's more than just money and going to court, all that bullshit and child support and all that. That's not the limitations of what love is, you know? So it's like, yeah, man, like the economy and the society today, just the value of having a job. Be grateful if you got a job, you got a roof over your head. People out here sleeping on the fucking streets, you know, don't know where their next meal gonna come from. And do you think most people don't give a damn? You know, they might get a couple dollars a day, stuff like that, but sometimes the money is not really enough. And the homeless population got to understand that, like, you could collect money all day, but it's better for somebody to teach you how to fish than to just keep giving you fish. Be willing to learn, open up your mind. I've worked with these populations. I sacrificed many years trying to get these people off the streets. And sometimes it's a choice, you know. It's like you can't do nothing about it, you know. So salute to the workers, the social workers, the philanthropists, the people who are donating to the Salvation Army, giving meals to these people, because that's love. Regardless of whatever your situation is, whether you choose it or not, hey, I want you to eat. I want you to have a meal tonight. Have something warm to eat. All these damn people in the world, all these people with all this money, man. That's why I get really pissed off at rappers and really billionaire rappers. I'm like, man, y'all guys could be doing so much more, man. Like, if you making billions and you still performing and singing, you lost, man. You're lost. And I'm speaking that to black people. Black people, you know, you got your Beyonce, your Jay-Z's. If you got all this fucking money and you're still performing and doing shows instead of out here in these streets working, really investing into these black people as effed up as we are right now, you're fucked up, man. I don't give a damn how much of a Beyonce fan you are. At some point, you got to get tired of fucking tap dancing for motherfuckers. Get out here and do work. It's people starving, people hungry. They need influence. They need help. We don't need a damn know how to do the cowboy and all that bullshit. You know, it's like you just get tired of it, man. Is unpaid work like caregiving, parenting, or art less valuable? It's more valuable. It's more valuable. A lot of people don't want to be caregivers. I had a client today, man. She's damn near in her 80s, caregiving for her grandson. He has all these health issues. Her back is going out. The mom don't want nothing to do with her son, so the grandma had to take the son in, and she's almost in her 80s. She can't even enjoy her retirement, man. You know, and she's caregiving for her grandson, treating that man like that's her own son, putting them in housing, finding. And salute to all the organizations, and because you do, and you know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't be mad at white people. They got organizations where they're putting a lot of people with developmental disabilities in homes, taking care of them. It's like, man, shit. And black people do it too. But I'm just saying, everything ain't about attacking white people. They're doing some great shit out here, you know. She's taking care of her grandson and caregiving, and she ain't getting a whole lot of money for it. But he's better off with her, you know. It's like, shit, man. So it's like, yeah, man. It's just need an attitude adjustment, man. My man got mad at me. I'm still kind of steaming about that shit. Like, oh, well, you're talking about race issues. Motherfucker, I'm black. If I was white, I'd be talking about white race issues. If I was Asian, I'd be talking about Asian race issues. If I was fucking Indian, Martian, it don't matter. I'm gonna talk about whatever is relevant to my community and the whole community. It ain't just about black people, shit. You know, it's like, some people get so simple-minded. I know I shouldn't be so caught up in that, but I care about people's opinion and my viewers because I don't want them thinking like, oh, he's just another black guy that's just trying to raise the divide. It ain't about dividing the race. It's about using your damn voice. If I was any race this lifetime, I'll talk about our issues. How else the shit gonna get solved? You know, it's like, come on, man. Come on, man. But yeah, these black artists, man, Jay-Z, he got $1 billion. What this motherfucker want to do? He want to go work for the damn Super Bowl. You got so many black young men don't even know how to fill out a job resume. Don't even know how to interact with the damn police. And they love Jay-Z. They got every Jay-Z album. Yeah, it's his responsibility. His responsibility when they buying his damn music. They his responsibility when he got to go do shows and do a concert in order for his kids to eat. They got to show up. They his responsibility when his lights need to be on if they buy these albums. What the hell that mean? Hell yeah, it's these rappers' responsibilities and these artists. But what they want to do, they pushing 60, want to be on the stage singing, open up their damn mouth. It's like, man, that's bullshit, man. That's the thing about the black community. They need to work on, man. Stop being so damn selfish, you know? So that's why I don't even really listen to a lot of rap. Thank you so much, Anonymous. I appreciate it. It's like these rappers ain't talking about shit. You know, it's like they need to be out here working. You know, it's like teach these black people these younger black kids that they don't have to be scared of every white person. They don't got to be prejudiced. They don't got to be, even if they being prejudiced to you, shit. You know, you can still do the right thing. You don't have to be jumping up the gun and things like that when the police come. How to act when the police come. How to apply for a resume. How to write a right resume. How to dress up. How to present yourself. How to get in these big spaces and these rooms with people that can change your life. You know, it's like, that's what these rappers could be teaching people. No, they want to sit up here and make more music. They want to put you under more of a spell. You know, come on, man, so buy my album, man. Do humans naturally want to contribute, or have we been guilt conditioned to feel guilt when idle? That's a good question, man. It's like I want to believe people want to contribute, and I know Jay-Z and Beyonce and them, I know they're doing their part in helping the community and stuff like that, but I just feel like right now, if you black and you got money and resources, and it's not even just about your money, it's about your knowledge. Last thing you should be doing is fucking making music, man. I'm telling you, like, nothing to be tap dancing and singing about, man. It's like, it's not, you know. Some people, it's like, I feel like with my community, with the black community, they too pressed on trying to stay relevant. Like, they want to stay relevant. They want their music to keep being relevant. It's like, motherfucker, you got a 500 million. You got $1 billion. How much more relevance do you fucking need? It's like, come on, man. It's like sometimes I feel like the black community don't got their priorities straight. It's always about entertainment and dancing and pleasure, and they make it hard for the black folks that's trying to do the right fucking thing. Because we all look like shit bags. You know, they all looking at us all the same. So why not take that as consideration? Like, damn, I know they all looking at them like this. Why not power them up? They don't give a damn. You know, we gonna keep letting them look at these niggas like rap, like they love rap music and blah, 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 and tap dancing. You know, just a whole bunch of coon shit, man. I'm not a fan of nobody but God. I don't give a damn who you are, you know. Even if I got famous and got rich, which I probably won't, which is fine with me because I'm spiritually rich. And really, worldly fame is a blessing from the devil. So I don't really want it, you know, period, you know. And I wouldn't want to be friends with none of them anyway. Honestly, I don't want your deal. I don't want to work with you. I'm straight, you know. And I'm not one of those type of people that just say that shit. Because it's like I'm paying attention to what's going on. And then when people give you opportunities and they put you on, then they, like he said, like Windows 7, they think they invented you. You know, no, God made me. God gonna give me opportunities and put people around me. I only want Christian people who are not worried about being famous, who live with a value system and who really want to live that life for Christ. I only want those type of people around me. I don't want a bunch of people that's worried about, oh, what the corporate execs thinking. Oh, you know, we can't let Randy come in there because he's gonna go in there and start talking that woke shit. You know, I don't want that shit around me, man. Y'all hate woke so bad. Go to sleep, shit. You know, go back to bed. Maybe you be blessed if you are woke. You know, being woke is a blessing because you could have not woke up today. Taking her back home, man. It's my baby, man, but she's spoiled as hell. Here, come on. No, we it's raining. You going home, mama. And I know they're gonna look back at this video because human beings are petty as fuck. So I know they're gonna look back at this 5-10 years down the road and be like, oh, Randy, you remember you said that? You damn right I remember I said that. I remember everything I said. I don't forget. I'm not like those, I'm different. I'm not like most men that like, oh yeah, I said that, but no, if I said it, that's it. Shit. So it's like, you know, I don't know what type of men they used to, but I said that shit, I meant that shit. You know, like I'm not on, hey, you about to go home, daddy gonna feed you, give you a bath. Sorry for my curse words and, you know, my energy today, man. It's just, you just get tired of seeing the same shit every day, man. And, you know, I want black people to be better and to do better, but they gotta want that, you know. And they don't, some want it, but the ones who really got the ability to make changes, they don't want that shit, man. I really believe that, you know. I really believe that shit, man. Yeah, man, you know, and I'm really not sorry for cursing, man, in my language, because this is just me being me, man. You know, I work on cursing and working on my language when God ready for me to start working on that. You know, it's like some things you gotta be, no doctors, no lawyers. Without parents and caretakers, without parenting and caretaking, we've had nothing, right, man? Hey, Liquid, man, you be speaking, man. Yeah, you right, man. So it's just, yeah, man, just, he says, oh, yeah, man, you just get tired of the same shit, man. It's like you don't even really listen to music no more. It's like, it's not the time for that, man. It's like, and I respect artists and the history of hip hop and the effort that they put in, but I look out here in these streets, man. I go back to Detroit, man. It's still fucked up. It's like they'll still rob you, they still kill your ass, your own people. So really, what good was the rap music? What good was the shit? You know, it was good for that time. Like hip hop is like momentary. It's like a feel good. It's like taking a shot. Like you take a shot, you feel so good, you in your feelings, you feel like you got that liquid courage, but after that shit wear off, you still in the same situation. Like, and your situation might get worse because that was a shot that took away your brain ability, took away a day of you being sober. You know, it's like you get older, your mind start changing about things. It's like, it's what they want you to do is tap dancing and tapping your feet every damn day while you're mentally regressing. That's what they want you to do, focusing on that bullshit, and you, next thing you know, you wake up and a little bit of folding in your hands and your poverty comes upon you. A little bit folding in your hands and tapping on your feet. It's like, yeah, man, so it's just, I appreciate my YouTube audience because they're actually intellectuals. Yeah, you might have a couple trolls on there or whatever, but overall, these people really know how to think, you know. It says being woke is not a trend, it's survival. It's knowing you're hunted and still choosing to move. Yeah, being woke is just being aware, being awake. It's like, hey, I'm not gonna fall for the BS, you know. It's like, it's not even being woke, it's being intelligent. It's intellect, wisdom, being wise. Woke is not, you can't even really hate on being woke because what do you want to do, sleep forever? Be a zombie? Be dead? You know, it's like, yeah, as black people, we got to do better, man. We got to do better. That's why I became a therapist in large part, because I wanted to help my community. But then I got licensed in California. Wasn't nothing but 5 black people that in Orange County. So it was like, I wasn't going to just limit my work to black people, but I was just like, well, instead of complaining about the change, let me do something about it. Let me try to help teach people skills. Let me first learn myself. Let me try to help the community. But there's really no black community in Orange County. So it's like, all right, mama, we about to go home. So you just do what you can, man. You do what you can. Like, more black people are starting to come to therapy, and they're starting to participate more, so that's good. It's just, we need more, man. Got my daughter taking care of her. Try to record and do videos. I know mama, daddy's gonna take you home if she mad as hell, but she'll be all right. She's probably just tired. We get up at like 6 in the morning for her daycare, so she's been up 13 hours. So just tired. Yeah, so we're just trying. Like, sometimes you really don't even want to get monetized because it's just a way they're gonna keep the noose around your neck. Because if you say this or you say that, they're gonna cut your channel out or close your monetization. But even if they close my channel, they're not gonna stop my work. I do this even off of YouTube, so it's not about YouTube or being monetized. And if anything, if you cut it out, you're just proving my point why I need to be doing this work even more. And I've been doing it over 10 years, really 15 years, since 2009. But that's what they want to do, is monetize you so they can take your damn money away, because they don't want you saying certain things. Sometimes it's better to not be monetized. It's not always good to take things from people that they can take away. You got a lot of YouTubers, they put everything on that monetization, banked everything on it, and that money is not what they thought it was. Now you're homeless. Now you're trying to find a place to live. Now you're looking at that job that you used to have that you look down on. Now you're looking at those brand opportunities like, damn, maybe I should have did the soap brand. How do you balance safety with truth when the truth might cost you something? Have a good God in your life and trust that even if it costs you your life, you're going to go to heaven because you did the righteous thing, especially if it was done with the righteous heart and intent. Trust that where you're going is better than where you're at. Sometimes that's the thing about our generation, is we don't want to risk nothing. We don't want to sacrifice. We want to be safe. Sometimes you got to risk your safety. Sometimes you got to risk your monetization. Sometimes you got to risk your channel. It's not always a bad thing. You shouldn't be dependent on YouTube money anyway. You should generate your own security in a way where you're not dependent on that type of stuff. It just doesn't make sense. YouTube creators don't understand what the hell is going on out here in these streets outside of a YouTube video. They don't know the conditions of what's going on. I'm smart enough to know people who created YouTube. They not from where I'm from, so they don't give a damn about me, you know. So I got my own backup income. I'm already rich, so I'm not depending on that. Would it be a blessing to be able to have money off of things you love? Absolutely, but not when it comes. I speak your truth and others, it's not worth it. They'll probably never monetize me, and I'm okay with that. It's a good thing. It's a good thing, because I'm already monetized, and I got the richest father in the universe. So who needs YouTube money? My Father in heaven, he made men to make money. So that shit they're doing, that's like elementary. But you balance safety by just, it depends on you. Everybody's built differently. God made man. God made men. And if you're a God-made man, your definition of safety and precaution is going to be different from people who don't have that strong faith. So it just depends on your relationship to the Most High. I wish I could record later, man, and talk to you guys later, man, but I got a responsibility, man. I got my daughter, and you know, she come first before all of this. So I would hang out with you guys for like 3 hours and just talk my shit, really, you know, and just my perspective on things, and pull the scripture out, break it down. But you know, I got kids, man, so I I don't have that luxury to just stay on here all night. So sometimes night talks are the best. You can just get like a little fire pit. When my wife gets custody of my daughter for a little bit and I'm solo, I'm gonna get like a little fire pit and pull my phone out. We're gonna do like fireside chat. You guys can share your opinions and be honest, say what you need to say. I'll say what I need to say. You know, and you can say whatever you want to say. It hurt my feelings, that's fine. You know, I don't mind. Feelings are temporary, they're transient. So I'm not ruled by that. Just speak your piece. You know, that's why I at least appreciated my man being honest. He was like, you know, well, next time I see a black channel, I'm not gonna sub with you guys because you guys are so divisive. I was like, all right, that's your choice. What you eat don't make me shit. You know, you can go ahead and do what you need to do. You know, it's like, I know, mama. So yeah, this is my neighborhood over here on Puello and Hilo. We was like right near the tsunami flood zone, really. So they had my whole apartment area blocked off. The police wouldn't even let you come here because why would you want to come to the flood area? So we had to go up to this park about 20 minutes from here. That was on higher ground. Y'all hear her? The girl been eating all day. She ain't starving, shit. So sometimes you just gotta let these kids cry, man. Every time they cry in a damn alarm system. She's well fed, she's well taken care of. I sacrificed my life for this girl. So sometimes they just let these damn babies cry, man. You can't always answer to crying and whining every single time, because then they'll start using that as like a weapon. Sometimes you just gotta, you'll know when your parent instincts, when you absolutely need to respond. And a lot of times I don't like her crying like that, so I'm always responding. But then a lot of times, man, they're just spoiled as hell, and they just know, babies know how to work you. That's why I'm just letting her cry, so she can see like, okay, you doing all that crying, but it's not, Daddy's not your butler. She's really good. So, yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys listening to me bitch and rant. And it's really not me bitching and ranting, it's really real. It's just, look how big these leaves are, though. Gosh. Okay, mama. Yeah, Hawaii at night, man. You be hearing all these like insects and birds and stuff be going off. It's like they need to make a cartoon about like nightlife in Hawaii with the animals and the insects. That'd be something to watch. Like, cause every night you be hearing just, I don't know what it is, like birds or roaches, ants, spiders. I don't know. They sure be. These insects come out at night, man. These birds. Hawaii never sleeps, man. This island is really special. It's just full of life. Yeah, so this is the hood over here. So yeah, sometimes monetization isn't always a good thing, because now you're playing under their rules. And then you're going to be scared of losing your monetization. So you're only going to talk about what's trending, what's popular. People get tired of always what's trending and always what's popular. People are not trying to hear that. If they want to hear that, they'll go to the people who are the conformists. They don't want to hear all that all the time. You know, it's like sometimes people need to hear your humanity. It's like, what's your perspective? What do you see? You know, it's like people get afraid of losing your monetization. You get afraid of losing your channel. Oh, I don't want to talk about this shit, you know. So yeah, this is the crib. I'm just thankful I got a place to stay, man. You know, I had a house, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, Ladera Ranch, California, but you don't need all that shit to be happy, man. As long as you got a roof over your head and a good meal to eat, that's enough, man. Come on. Mama. I spoil you too much. You haven't even been in here 10 minutes. Come on. She mad as hell. Y'all see that? How she throwing her hands at me? Come on. All right, guys. Let me take care of this. This little woman for she. You mad at daddy? Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. They looking at you. They're like, girl, what's it about? What's it about, mama? You gonna go night-night, ready to eat? You hear her talking to me? She's speaking her baby language. Okay. 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 That's what's going on. Okay, mama. All right, you stay blessed too, guys. I'll be back on here. Who knows? We'll see. You guys have a blessed night. Peace.